What do you say, friends and fellow collectors? Andy Drifter here. I hope your weekend has gotten off to a good start, assuming that you're still up at this hour at the time of this recording. The Mets and the Dodgers, they are duking it out. And the Mets, they had a shaky start to the season, but they have turned it around. They are red hot. And at the moment, they got the upper hand on the Dodgers 6-4. Let's crack open this 40-card blaster box of 2023 Stadium Club. One of my fellow collectors pulled a one-of-one Albert Pujols out of one of these very same boxes. Let's see what happens. Nonetheless, these are great-looking cards. And speaking of the Mets, Polar Bear. Kyle Tucker, Astros, they have gotten off to a bit of a shaky start. Honest Wagner, Hall of Famer. And a red parallel of Ronald Acuna. Last year's unanimous NL MVP. He's gotten off to an okay start. I'm not going to say a good start, but he'll turn it on. He'll turn it around. And Jeter Downs. Ooh, what do we got here? We have a Rafael Devers. Is this this looks like an SP of some kind. An image variant? Let's find out. It's not an SP, just a very creative design. Devers last year had his third career 30 home run, 100 RBI plus season. Let's keep it moving. The splendid splinter, Ted Williams, the last ball player to hit over 400 in a season, 521 career home runs, and a World War II veteran. Ken Waldichuk. The A's, by their standards, aren't playing all that bad. You know, they're around the 500 mark. Michael Grove and Bobby Witt Jr., the Royals, one of those pleasant surprises so far of this 2024 season as they are duking it out with the Guardians for the lead in the AL Central. What do we got here? Andres Jimenez, Brendan Rodgers, Cody Bellinger, last year's National League Comeback Player of the Year. This year, gotten off to a bit of a lukewarm start as well. Freddie Freeman, J.J. Bleday, originally drafted by the Marlins. Going bad for the Marlins at the moment, but they can always say, hey, at least we're not the White Sox. Jacob deGrom, Aaron Nola, my Phillies took care of business yesterday. Oscar Colas. Aaron Judge, that is a red parallel. Yankees, best record in the AL East. And Donnie Baseball, MVP winner, Gold Glove winner. When he won his MVP, he was the unanimous choice in that season. And I do believe he's won at least one batting title. At some point, I do think he'll get into the Hall of Fame. He was on a Hall of Fame trajectory. It was injuries that derailed his career. Joe Musgrove celebrating. Joe Mauer, who is now a Hall of Famer. A few months ago, he was inducted on his first try on the ballot. I know there was some conflicting opinions about that. He did win 3 batting titles, which is extremely rare for a catcher, and spent his whole career in Minnesota. And in a few months, he'll be inducted into Cooperstown. Good for him. Joey Votto, will he get inducted into Cooperstown? We shall see. Picked up by the Blue Jays on a 1-year deal, but to my knowledge, he has yet to have a major league at-bat this season. What do we got here? Triumvirates, Bryce Harper, MV3. Wow, that's a great-looking card. Insert. And Spencer Steer, one of the big bats, part of that young and talented Reds lineup. Reds took care of business, beating the Angels, mostly because of Elly De La Cruz. Masataka Yoshida, he's gotten off to a bit of a shaky start. Kirby Puckett, Hall of Famer, spent 12 years in the big leagues. His career was derailed yeah, you could say injuries. I mean, one day he just woke up and his vision was severely impaired. think he made 10 All-Star teams. He had numerous top 10 MVP finishes. He never won the MVP trophy, but he did take home 2 World Series rings. One of the most beloved and decorated figures in Minnesota sports history. Jose Abreu, the curious case of Jose Abreu, who was the MVP in 2020. Last year was his first year with the Astros, signed a huge deal, averaging out to close to 20 mil a season. His batting average last year was exponentially lower than his career batting average. He did put up some decent power numbers, 18 home runs, 90 ribbies this year. He is, if not the worst, one of the worst hitters in the league right now, batting less than 100. I don't know, but yeah, it's a precipitous fall from what he once was. Hopefully he can turn it around. You know, I remember Big Papi had a year like that towards the end of his career where he just could not hit nothing. And he did sort of get into a groove and finished off with a batting average in that season. It was like in the 230s. I don't know what to make of it with Abreu. This is a Teoscar Hernandez, among the league leaders in home runs, signed a 1-year deal to join that powerhouse known as the Dodgers. Dwight Gooden had the chance to meet him several times. He does a lot of autograph signings. And a few days ago, this was long overdue. The Mets retired his number. He's had some problems off the field, but man, when this guy took the mound and he had his A game going, it was pure magic. Played with the Mets, or pitched for the Mets, pitched for the Yankees, got a couple of rings there. Also pitched for Houston, Cleveland. I don't think there's any other teams, but yeah, the Doc. Riley Green, Tigers playing 500 ball at the moment. Edgar Martinez, Hall of Famer, got in on his last year of eligibility. Played his whole career in Seattle. Won several batting titles. Finished with a career batting average of over 300. Had some power. Yeah, one of the best DHs of all time. Brandon Woodruff. This is Kyle Schwarber, trying to become another Philly, probably the first Phillies player since Ryan Howard to have 3 consecutive 40 home run seasons. And Kevin Gausman. Final pack. Some final pack magic. Christopher Morel. I don't think he has any home runs this year yet. Bryson Stott. That's Brandon Nimmo. Adolis Garcia. That is a red parallel. Very nice. And we finish off with Torrey Hunter, who won. There he is holding one of many gold gloves that he won over his career. Had over 300 home runs. Played for the Twins. You could say the best years of his career with the Twins. He also played for the Angels. I think he played for the Giants as well. He's still on the Hall of Fame ballot. You need a minimum of 5% of the votes to stay on the ballot. He may stay on for the 10 years. I don't see him getting into the Hall of Fame. He is in the Hall of Very Good. And last but not least, got this Mookie Betts. This is the master photo card. One of these come in every blaster box. Mookie Betts gotten off to a fiery start. And if the season were to end today, he'd be winning his second MVP. But yeah, Mookie Betts. He can bowl. He can throw the football. You know, who knows? Maybe when he's done with baseball, he can join the Pro Bowlers Tour. That'd be an interesting transition. And that is it for this baseball rip. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to hit like and subscribe, and have a wonderful weekend.